Jesus fed the multitude with 5 loaves and 2 fish. They were satisfied. Here we have someone who feeds the hungry, and they call it meals on wheels. Welcome to Wordnet Productions. I am Father Sony Sebastian. Today we are happy to have two wonderful people who are doing a lot of service to especially the community, the people of Riverside and Arana. We have Alex and Pat. Alex is the executive director of a program called Meals on Wheels, and Pat is one of the volunteers. Alex and Pat, please welcome to Wordnet.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming, by
Thank
the
you,
way.
Father Son.
So nice to have you. And I am kind of intrigued with this title itself. Meals on wheels. So are the meals on wheels on skateboard or this rolling around?
Well, that's a very interesting question, Father Sony. And Meals on Wheels just indicates that we deliver the meals to the shut-in seniors that cannot go out and get their own meals. A lot of seniors live alone. They are housebound, and they have no other companion other than maybe a pet sometimes with them. And so we bring the meal to them on a daily basis, and we bring a meal for their pet as well. And that's where the Meals on Wheels comes from.
On a normal time, how many people or how many seniors do you serve?
Well, Father Sony, we are a growing program. We've been around since 1972 as an incorporated program in Riverside, and since we've expanded into neighboring cities where we are just blessed to be able to bring meals to about 120 seniors that are shut in the neighboring cities. And about a year ago, that number was a little bit under 100. So it's growing back up as we find the need and we're finding the people that we could serve.
Now, Pat,
Yes.
you are one of the volunteers, and you said you are taking, you take care of the delivery of part of that. How do you kind of take care of all of that?
Okay, I've been doing this since the summer of 2011. And when I signed up, I drive my car to the drop-off point. They have the food already counted in containers, and they have a list
Yeah, okay.
of who I drop it off to. So I just follow their list
The
on
route.
down.
Yeah.
Now, since I've been doing it, there's some people that have been on my route most of this time.
Okay.
The containers contain a vegetable, a main course, and another entree. Then there is a bag that has the condiments, which is a
Fruits?
piece of fruit,
Okay.
a small bread, and butter. And then they have their choice as to whether they want juice or milk.
Milk.
So they go in a plastic bag when we get to their house, knock on the door, let them know it's Meals on Wheels, and hand them the meal.
Yeah. Do you get being a volunteer and also delivering the food? Do you get a chance to meet with them personally and spend some time with them?
We get a chance to meet with them, see how they're doing. There are some of our clients that have their families have put in a special request, and it's in our notation. For example, we're the people that usually meet them first in the morning. Some we have to give reminders to. Did you take your medication?
That's where I was coming at.
Yes. So we're the contact for that day. Your sister says, turn up the telephone so she can call you. And it's making sure that person is there, that they are okay. Some people we do not see. there will be an ice chest outside the door,
Also, you can leave the food there.
and we leave the food there. Now, it's still checking on them in a way that when we open it up, if the meal is gone, we know they have received their meal
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
day.
I definitely want. Have you had an experience of opening the chest and you found the meal that you left the previous day, or?
Okay, I got to tell you about the funny one. It has only happened once. Open up the chest. There's not one meal, but there's two. Now, we put them in plastic bags. That means it's been 2 days because we deliver in plastic bags like we get from the grocery store. Indication of a small problem. And it was on their front porch next to the rocking chair.
Yeah.
And I called back to the office. That is our main thing because they have a backup number to call the family.
Call the family.
Because we also have a phone number to call them.
Yeah, yeah.
Come to find out, she sits on her porch in a rocking chair, eats the food, and left it in the ice chest. It has only happened to me once, and it got my heart pumping for a minute, only to find out that she enjoyed the meal. She eats it right there, leaves it in the ice chest.
She was trying to fool you guys.
She was.
Oh, that's funny.
But it is one of the, besides us delivering meals, we are also checking
Yeah.
on that person.
Yes, yes. That's why,
Yeah.
with about the medication and if the telephone is off, the contacting is possible.
Right. If they do not answer the door when we knock
I know.
on our list, then we have the number to call them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Nowadays, everybody has answering machines.
yeah.
So then we call back to the office, and they have a secondary number, and they call that person and finds out.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're asleep. Maybe they had a doctor's appointment
Exactly.
that they forgot to let us
Yeah.
know about.
Yeah. Or maybe they had a fall.
And they had
That's
a
where
fall.
you have to immediately act and to get the needed assistance for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, Pat, for sharing that. But Alex, now coming to you, you have this as an organization, and you said it's a non-profit organization, right?
That is correct.
So, how many people are involved in this, in the administrative kind of section?
That's a great question. As a nonprofit, we are a small nonprofit operation. We are 2 employees. We have Allison Glover in the office, who is a wonderful, wonderful staff member. She's our operations manager, and she deals with the overall operations, with ensuring that our clients are being communicated to and that our volunteers are being coordinated as well. And the second employee is myself. I get to oversee and make sure that we have all the meals that we need to.
You are the director and you are the employee as well.
Yes, yes, that is correct. Yeah, I'm fortunate enough to be involved with this program.
I know. We say in non-profit organizations, programs, we have to wear many hats at the same time.
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, we cannot run.
Now you might, yes, and now you might wonder, how do we get all these meals out then with only 2 staff members? We have volunteers.
We have people like that.
Yes.
Of course, that part I understood. But now, something that I have not followed is, how do you decide, or who contacts and how that takes place?
Great question.
How do you, the list of people that you are serving?
Oh, the recipients of the meals. So the recipients of the meals, they find us in various ways. They might find us through some posting in their church. They might see us at the senior center where they go. A family member might see our advertisement somewhere on some bulletin. And good old-fashioned way of finding now is searching through the website. Or Googling.
Yeah.
And there we
Facebook?
are, we pop up.
Do you have
We have a strong Facebook presence as well, where we post our menu and a lot of activities that our program does.
Well, now speaking about the menu, that's what I was going to come at. So you said it. So do you have a food handler or somebody who who prepares or where do you prepare the meals? Because definitely, since it is going to be delivered to different people, somebody has to oversee, make sure that everything is handled and done in the proper, prescribed kind of way. So how do you manage all of that? I know I'm asking too many things in one question.
And that is a good question, and I think we can address that. We have a wonderful kitchen. They're a professional kitchen by the name of Sodexo. They're an international company, and they specialize in food handling. So they have a chef, and they have a dietitian, and they have a full staff that prepares the meals and handles it in the right way for us, abiding by the Older American Act, where we get to benefit in having a really healthy and nutritious meal prepared the right way. And they package it, they prepare it, package it, and bring it to us so that our volunteers can come pick it up.
Oh, okay. So the food is prepared off-site.
Yes.
Yes,
so
it
to
is.
say.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, and then it is brought to where you take that to the different routes.
Correct.
Okay, great. So now we have the number of, the people, the recipients, they have different ways of contacting you. How many recipients do you have right now? You said in your list?
The count is up to about 125 as I checked yesterday.
In Riverside?
In Riverside and Corona.
Corona, both together?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you are serving only these two counties right now. Do you have any other places?
So the program started only in Riverside, and we've expanded to Corona, and it goes all the way south to the border of Lake Elsinore.
Oh,
you might be familiar with Tom's Farms.
Yes, I know.
Indian Truck Trail. We
Yes,
have
I
some
know that,
deliveries
yes.
there, and spanning north through Norco, Eastvale, and looping through Jurupa Valley back into Riverside.
Oh, it's a
all
large.
of these communities
yes,
are
yes,
being
it's
served by
It's a
us.
large geographical
Yes.
area.
Yes.
Yes, I understand.
And
that.
also Rubidoux.
Rubidoux is in there as well. Thank
so
you.
Yeah, bordering to San Bernardino County.
Yes.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question with regard to what inspired you to begin this, and what is that kind of force which is keeping you going, because it is serving mainly the seniors of our community, right?
Yes.
I'm going to hold that question because we are going to take a short break. So wait, don't go away. I'm sure you also want to know what inspired them to begin this kind of a beautiful program, caring for our seniors. Stay with us.
Do you want to fall in love with God? I'm sure we all want to. The book of Psalms contains the directions. Thousands of years ago, people like you and me talked to God out of the depths of their hearts, revealing an intimate love. Psalms are the expression of the faith in God by people around 3,000 years ago. God was not a mere abstract creator, but was present, involved, and a real person of power and emotions. Now, when we read or listen to the Psalms, we can know the intensity of this love. Entering into the influence of the Psalms, we can find a path to know and love God. To know more about the Psalms, you should get a copy of Father Mike Manning's booklet, The Psalms. It will help you to understand the 150 Psalms better as he has categorized them. He uses the technique of acts: adoration, contrition, thanksgiving, and supplication. Get your copy today and know the categories. Learn to pray with the Psalms.
Call the number on the screen or email us. You can also get it through our website. Get your copy today.
Welcome back. We're having this beautiful discussion with Alex and Pat, who are working with the program called Meals on Wheels in Riverside, so also in Corona. And in the last segment, we spoke about how you service the seniors in these two counties. And I was going to ask you, Alex, before we took the break, I was going to ask you what inspired you, and Pat, what inspired you to volunteer as well? You don't have to answer me, one
Okay.
by one. Let's find out with Alex. What inspired you to begin this program? Because you are the executive director of this program.
Father Sonny, it's a great question, and I'll tell you, I'm going to answer this way. In my professional career, I've been around business for about 15 years, and the first half of that I worked with for-profit organizations, and the second half, about 7 years now, I've been working in the nonprofit sector, and I realized that I can really help a nonprofit advance their mission with some of the skills that we've obtained in business and marketing and sales, things like that. And about 7 years ago, I found an organization by the name of Our Sunday Visitor, and they provide services to the Catholic Church. Wonderful organization. It had a lot of travel to it. I wanted to find something local, and I found the Palomar Health Hospital Foundation in Escondido. I worked there for 3 years. Wonderful opportunity. And I wanted something even more local, and I found Riverside Meals on Wheels. And what a wonderful thing, because I belong to a church where we have a manna house at the church. And I love to volunteer. I love to be involved and serve all of the people that come and grab their meals and their groceries for the week. And it's such a great thing. And I said, wouldn't it be great to be involved in that for work as well? Meals on Wheels does that. And I applied with Meals on Wheels. I told them I would have a passion for doing it. They saw the passion and they said, I think you'd be a good fit here and we'll take you. And here I am now.
So now, this Meals on Wheels program was not begun by you. It was already there, that means, right?
That is correct.
When was this begun? And you said
Yes.
it was begun in 2011?
No.
Well, it goes even further back than that.
Oh.
In the 60s, the First Methodist Church of Riverside had
Okay.
started a ministry group and began to send meals out to seniors that were housebound. They saw that they were feeling a big need. And in 1972, the program incorporated as Meals on Wheels. And to this date, I'll fast forward now, we are still sending meals out from that very location.
Oh.
Wonderful
Now
roots.
things are falling in
Into place.
place. Okay. Now, Pat,
Yes.
remember my question?
Yes.
What made you volunteer? What is it that inspired you or prompted you, let's say?
I started my career in 71 with the California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation. I did 37 years work in the prison system. When I retired,
Were you involved with the CIW
I started in CIW in 71.
in Corona?
Yes.
Wow.
I've worked all up and down the
I
state.
used to
Minister there?
Not regularly. I used to go once a while to celebrate mass with at the prison.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, to help out the chaplain. Go ahead, please. Yeah.
So I've been all up and down the state. Riverside is where I was originally from. So when I retired, you can't just sit on a couch. And I contacted Meals on Wheels. It was in the bulletin at the Catholic church I attend, St. Thomas the Apostle. And that was summer of 2011. Have been doing it ever since. Never thought about quitting. It is nice to give back to the community.
Exactly.
Our population is aging. And they need more volunteers to go out and assist. So I have my regular route that I do on Thursdays. And then Allison, that Alex mentioned, is our coordinator.
Yeah.
If one of the other volunteers is not feeling well, sick, she usually knows to give me a call, and I pick up that route too.
And you said you have how many routes in
I
total?
have one, okay,
No, you have one, but then in total for Meals on Wheels.
we
how-
have 10 in Riverside and 5 in Corona.
Okay. And how many in one route? Approximately how many families or persons would be there?
One route would have maybe 5 to 10
10
or so stops
stops
Yeah.
on each route.
each route.
Depending on the day,
Yeah.
could even be more.
Right. Traveling is about 50 miles on most of the routes that I do. So it takes about an hour to do it, and that's not a lot of time out of my day.
Yeah.
to give back.
So you take one of the routes, and how many times a week do you do that?
I do it every other week. My route is the first, the third, and if there's a fifth Thursday that month, I do that.
That also you fill in there.
So it's a commitment, but it's not an overwhelming commitment. That's why it's very easy to do.
You know, you said we need to give back to our community.
Absolutely.
I think that is very important because we are not living as an island, you know. We live as a community. We are people who belong to each other, and caring for one another is part of, it has to be part of our system. Interestingly, when I was listening to both of you, I find that one of you is Catholic.
Yes.
The other one, Alex, you belong to a denominational church.
That is correct.
What has your faith played in this kind of service? Either of you can answer. Or has your faith anyway
it has
played any role?
It has. And it's the fact that you even mentioned it. It's not an I, it's a we.
It's a we.
It's an us.
Yeah.
We're not an island. We have to look out for each other.
Yeah.
If we don't help each other, who's going to help us when we get to that age?
Yeah. No, I know.
And I take my granddaughters with me.
There you go.
One is 16 and has been doing it for as long as I've been in the program. The other one's 9. She knows how to deliver Meals on Wheels. Because again, I think it's teaching our younger generation, you have to watch out for each other, and especially the older people. You need to watch out. They can't help themselves at all times, so we have to help.
Talk about getting them started early. That's what she's doing.
I know, yeah. You're giving them the needed training already, you know.
Yeah. And I feel we have a responsibility to model it for the younger
Yeah,
generation too.
Yeah. Alex, this question is for you. You know, it's a beautiful program, and you have, as you said, you have 2 people in your office, and you and Allison. And then, of course, there are many of you as volunteers. To run this kind of a program, you need money, right? You need the green.
Yes, sir.
Where do you get that green from?
We are not government funded, Father Sony, so that's the interesting part. How do we do it, and how we've been doing it for so long?
Yeah.
The program seeks out support from the community. I like to say that we are funded by the community to serve the community. And we have a lot of individual donors that donate an annual gift, maybe a major gift. We have businesses that we invite. In fact, we just rolled out this past year a wonderful program. It is Together Serving Smiles. And it invites a business to sponsor us in some way, but not only sponsor with money, but we invite them. The program invites them to get maybe 5 to 10 of their staff members to come and deliver a route and let them see exactly what they're sponsoring. So it's in a meaningful way. And it's such a great thing. And the program is getting a lot of engagement right now in the community.
Beautiful, beautiful. Do you also write grants?
We do write for grants as well. And we are in the process right now of searching for more grants that can support our program. And that is an annual thing that we are searching for.
Again, with regard to the financing part of the program, do you also get in any way kind of remunerated or paid by the families that you are serving, or the people that receive your service?
Yes. So as a nonprofit, we do charge for the meal, and it's a nominal fee. It's $7.
Yeah, I do understand that. Yeah, definitely.
It's a $7 charge per meal, and it's not. We have not increased that in some time, and I mention that because in these past couple of years, I think we've all seen the inflation.
Oh yeah.
Have you tried to buy eggs lately? So the food commodity pricing has gone up, and so in turn, the price of our purchasing of the meals has gone up. And what we purchase for is pretty much what we sell it for. we make maybe 5 cents per profit on each meal. The exact sense of what a nonprofit is, correct? But if you think about it, if with staff and overhead, we're underwater in some way.
I know.
But that's okay, because the community sees the need and they help us.
Yeah. No, the primary goal is serving the
Yes.
serving our seniors and serving the needy that way. So I understand that.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you would like to share with our audience that that you think, either of both of you, that you think that we have not shared or discussed?
Well, I think one of the things that as volunteers, we all do, we get to know the clients that we're serving. And if there's something not quite right with the person, their speech isn't right, droopy face, we are mandated
Yeah, there are
reporting.
indications for something that's coming.
Yes. And in that case, what we do is we call back to Allison, inform her,
And
and then
call
she
for-
advises us
And call for medical help.
and call for medical help. We stay there until it has been determined what we are required or what we need to do.
Oh, great. Yeah, yeah.
Because a lot of these senior citizens, they don't have family close by.
I know.
They don't have people coming and checking on them every day. And that's what Meals on Wheels does. They have that human contact each day.
Each day.
So you know at that time, they're okay.
They're okay.
And we'll go to the next one.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you so much.
Well,
Thanks.
thank you for having
Oh,
us.
thank you for what you are doing, because we definitely need to take care of our seniors. We cannot just leave them on their own. And that is, I think, the time when we need sometimes a little additional help from
Yes,
other
it
people
is.
as well. So thanks for what you're doing. And, not only meal, not only just the food, so also along with the care, and if necessary, the needed assistance as well. That is so wonderful.
It's our pleasure to have been here today, and thank you for having us. And I'll mention one more thing, because we serve seniors, but we also serve temporarily disabled housebound neighbors as well. When there's a need, the family member reaches us and we bring them a meal too.
Thank
Very
you.
enriching to be able to
Wonderful,
do that.
wonderful. That's great. That's great. Yeah. Thank you. And I hope you have enjoyed this beautiful discussion with Pat and Alex, and so also have been informed about this program. So if you out there would like to support in any way possible this program that is going on in Riverside and Corona, you have the website of the Meals on Wheels on the screen. Please contact them through their website, get the information, and at the same time, make sure that every member of our community, whether they are young or old, are cared for. Thank you so much for being part of this ministry, and if it is your wish, continue to support us with your prayers, so also with your financial assistance. Blessings always.